Yeah, what have I done? Look, I'm getting old and shrinkled and missing the fun. Yeah, even materialists have that. It's called the middle age crisis or whatever. So this Maya crisis comes in. And then it's just a question of taste, that's all. And some people, it's really, we have to admit, they think, no, actually I have to go out and try it. I know last time it didn't work, something like 15, 20 years ago, but that's because I was not mature enough and not expert enough to enjoy. But this time I know. I can do it, nicely, in a tempered way, so it lasts long time. And they have to go out and get shocked, without fail. The more you serve Krishna, that's a warning, the more difficult it will be for you to really enjoy in this world, or to have the idea of enjoyment. You can try, And when I joined this movement, when somebody left like this, we were like, "Oh, he's leaving, oh!" When you get older, you think, yeah, wish you good fun. Just in case it doesn't work, please come back again. We have a regular experience with our children. Like our parents were shocked. My son is chanting Hare Krishna. A disaster happened in the family. How could this happen? This little child I worked for, and he was supposed to take over the company, and become part of the business, and now he chants Hare Krishna. Oh, a disaster. Well, you can reverse the whole thing. Don't worry, it happens to devotees too. Raising children and bow down and Hare Krishna and chant, and they do. Little children are like monkeys. They copy. The father bows down, they also bow down. They go, that's funny. How the world looks like that. And they go, and I don't want to be autobiographic. I told it, yesterday, my daughter, when she was 2 years old, she ended up in Vrindavan. She was mad. Because it was like one big zoo coming out. There was monkeys everywhere, and devotees dancing in a kirtan, and she stopped sleeping. It was difficult to put her asleep. With her, she had a miniature sari, and with her big nappies hanging out, and she was just in a kirtan, 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 And she was 4 o'clock in the morning at the gate of the temple going, Kirtan, Kirtan, And then, and I don't want to be too detailed. It's fun. It's fun to watch this. The Indian ladies were always we had a problem because when she was dancing in a temple room, they were looking this way. And we told them, the deities are this way. We had to turn. When you have a 60 lady staring at this little blonde girl going, Kirtan, Kirtan. They were going, Dave, Dave. Well, the Deva is now 17 years old, or 16 years old actually, She is not in the morning at the gates of the temple going, Kirtan, Kirtan. There are periods you have to go through where it's more interesting about the latest version of the iPhone and things like that, and what are they saying out there. Why? Because I didn't grow up with this. Now I have to find out what I'm missing. And then the parents are praying, my dear Krishna, please, let all the boys in the world vanish or turn female. Or at least to become homosexual, so please something. Because the female especially, they have the nature, of becoming pregnant. That's very, boys, they are just, what's the problem? But it is a problem. There is so many problems. They say small children, small problem. Big children, big problem. So, so you learn really how to pray, because you have no control. You have no possession. You don't possess anything. That's the worst thing what parents can think. My child, I did it. Srimad Bhagavatam actually defines this illusion, that such an illusioned Griha may be, and he thinks, this is me in another form. I expanded myself into many. Yeah, and then the incarnation gets out of control. And they start to act this way and that way, and the master of the universe gets in panic. Oh, the incarnation said, this is, I forbade this, this is not going to happen. Well, of course it's going to happen. You have no control ultimately. Sometimes the most close relatives, they are the least ones you can control. It's the least, I mean, the last people in the universe. So, so Srila Prabhupada had a practical experience. He was very realized on this platform too. He knew. He said, yeah, I tried to involve my children in Krishna consciousness, and they were pious, they were religious, of course, but, they absolutely couldn't share Srila Prabhupada's plan to preach. Because in India there's a big thing between living in Krishna consciousness and preaching Krishna consciousness. So this is a preaching movement. So from that point of view, to inspire people to preach Krishna consciousness is in India as difficult as here in the West. Because they sympathize, they're very nice, but to give up your life and just run around and preach, that's another step. They say, I will do when I am old. When I'm old, I'm now I have so many things, but I know Hare Krishna, very good. I'm chanting Hare Krishna once a month. Hare Krishna! I know. Once a month I go, Hare Krishna! I go to the temple, and I give 1 rupee here in a box. I'm okay. I was a devotee, no problem, And then when the sons, join Krishna, it's a disaster, They think, wow, what happened? So it's the same problem everywhere. Because people are ultimately cannot imagine that Krishna says, as you surrender unto me, I reveal myself to you. So they cannot imagine if you surrender, Krishna will really take care. I mean, every devotee here sitting here is a living proof of that. It's like, so I don't want to be embarrassing, but this is the spiritual backbone of this temple, it's Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu, and who's taking care of him? I mean, how many years you have?
17.
17. So, finished. It's getting old. No pension. And who knows when he gets really old if the Danish social welfare system will function. I have some doubts. Maybe they will tell them, sorry. And you didn't pay any taxes. So go out there and die. That's response, we know. It's like you get punished. You became devotees by the society. Yes. You didn't pay any taxes, you didn't work for us, so now go out and die. Go to India and jump in a Ganges. And that's very good for everyone, because then he has one reason more to surrender to Krishna. If you give up this paranoia, who will take care of me? How will I grow old? And who will supply my food when I cannot? People die out of this. They die prematurely by being afraid that they die. They grow old prematurely by being afraid they grow old. And a real devotee who is fully depending on Krishna goes, yeah, Hare Krishna, you will die. Yeah, you too. But who will take care of you? Don't worry. Krishna will. And he will. Despite all the obstacles, he will. Like out of nowhere, people will come and go, you serve Krishna here, I will help you. I can give you, I don't want to be autobiographic, but I'm kind of hanging in this system for 40 years. How do I come? How is possible I can sit here? Suddenly, people come like out of nowhere. What happened to Srila Prabhupada? A dying man entering America with no money whatsoever. And then this movement comes about. Krishna can do anything. If people would know that, they will become very happy. To make my life dependent on Krishna, one can become very happy. But if you want to struggle on your own, where's my food? Where's my place to live? Where will I sleep tonight? Then Krishna goes, okay, sorry, then that's your show, then struggle. What can I do? So it's a question of conscious decision. So my time is out, isn't it? Yeah. So, therefore we can only encourage people to try actively to be part of Krishna consciousness, starting by the chanting of the holy name, and then see how they can modify more and more their lives. There's a little danger. The more Krishna is attracted to our activities, well, the less possible it will be that we will be successful on the material platform. You know, and ultimately a devotee fully surrendered to Krishna can go back home, back to Godhead, forgetting all these mundane worries which are torturing us day and night in this world. Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. Hare Krishna.